Traders, we're looking at a challenging chart at the moment. This is range bound Aussie CAD. Where is it heading, or where is it likely to head next? Good question. So it's definitely not trending like we had back here. This was a really nice trend, and since mid-May I should say, this has been pretty well range bound. I mean, it did trend down here nicely. We've had this move, but closer to home, the current time period, we've got this break above this high here, and over here a break below this low. Okay, so where is this heading to? I'm looking for an opportunity to get involved with this, and I thought what I'd do with the video is pick this particular pair because of the challenge. How do you find direction in a range-bound market? So what we're going to look at is a couple of things. See how this is traded up into these highs here. So we've got this candle body high right there. And now we're seeing a bearish candle June the 11th. Okay, daily candle has been bearish into the Asian session. What we have with this is, if you have a look closely, right here, it's traded up. The daily candle is heading south, clearly, at the moment. All right, and here's something to consider. Let's draw a candle. Bear with me. I'm just going to do something like that. And throw in a wick up the top and a wick down the bottom. All right, that works. So here's the thing. Consider, and I'll just increase this, the day opens, okay, day opens, see the wick above, it spikes up. So what that's doing is it's hunting stops above the range. It's taken out stops, so we get this wick forming. Opens, it wicks up, and in my opinion, the likely outcome is we see, and I mean we're getting that. This is the Asian session. We see a red candle for the day. So that happened here. It opened, it wicked up, it took out stops, so they do a bit of a stop run early on, and then we see a red candle for the day. This one here opened, it wicked down, taking out stops, and then we saw a green candle for the day. So I'm thinking that, we might see a bit more downside with this red candle. And where's the target? Well, given that this is range bound, my target's going to be down in these lows here. So I'm going to mark that up as a point of interest for a target. So this is just another way to look at support zone, look at price action, and we'll go down the time frames and see if we can find some more clues as to how we might be able to get involved with this. So I'll just get rid of that. Daily time frame. So let's have a look and see what it looks like on the 4-hour chart. So what we've got here on the 4H is this balance area. In other words, there's more or less an even number of buying and selling, even though it's not, it doesn't have to be horizontal. There's more or less an even number of buying and selling, so it's a balance area. So what we've got is this relative equal high, and we get this spike above. But what's really interesting to me is this displacement with a vengeance. And I think that's telling me that big players are involved here, building liquidity above this. They hit these stops, hit it again, and only big money can move the market like this, right? So we get this displacement and imbalance. In other words, it's a bearish, it's one-sided bearish trading down through this thin wick you see, this thin candle I should say. So what happens is this trades back, rebalances, and now we have a break of market structure, bearish, right? So I'm looking at this on the 4-hour time frame, pull back into this imbalance, and potentially we see more downside. Now that's how I'm reading this chart. Now I'd like to get a little bit closer to this. Now given that, you know, we're kind of coming up with a bit of a plan here, bearish, and I'm looking for obvious targets. Well, look, see the liquidity below here. That's a big level. See how it's hit these stops under here. It's rallied off that, but given the fact that this has displaced bearish, I'm thinking we might see a bit more downside. Now we've got this target, I call it a liquidity target, right? So there's sell stops resting under here, and if we grab this tool here, high, low, retrace, measured move, A, B, C, D measured move. So that's what I'm looking at the moment, a possible short opportunity, right, in a range-bound market on the daily time frame. Possibly. Now, it's risky. I mean, this is not trending. I mean, see back down in here where it's trending. It's a much easier trade when you see the higher time frame moving in your favor and you get these pullbacks. But when the market starts ranging sideways, it's a lot more difficult to, you know, read price action, and I think the risk is much higher. All right, so we've got this range here. There's two ways you could approach this. One would be to mark up the range. So we've got these highs. I'm just going to go candle bodies, right? It's a little bit wonky. That'll do. And this is the 4-hour time frame. So what we could wait for here would be, if this trades down, we look for a break and retest of the low. There's one target, and possibly, you know, we get further downside. Possibly. The Aussie CAD, I mean, look, the CAD is a fairly weak currency at the moment, has been for a while. I think the Aussie would be stronger. So, yeah, you just probably want to wait and see how it shapes up. If it trades down and we do happen to break this low, then this retrace would be an entry. And I think my target would definitely be this level back in here. So, I mean, if we break that, then the next level to look at, if this, you know, continues bearish, would be just pick up these lows over here, like so. All right, so there's a couple of potential targets further south. And yeah, I mean, even in here, you know, you'd want to consider these highs, these lows here, something like that, right? So we've mapped it out where we see value, these value areas over here on the left, potential targets if this continues short. All right, so from here I'm going to be looking to go down to the time frames, and we'll have a look at the 30-minute and the 15-minute and just see, you know, how we can get involved with this. I mean, it's a bullish market, but, you know, is price starting to lean over? We've got this triple top here with a spike above, and that's always a bit of a warning sign where you see the market ranging. You get a double top, a double bottom, or equal highs and lows, and then you see it spike. And in particular, this has spiked above, taking out buy-side liquidity, in other words, stops resting above here. So I'm thinking that, you know, that could be a clue that we're heading south with this. One liquidity zone, there it is there. Okay, so it's hit liquidity here, and then we see this displacement. In other words, you know, there's big money behind that. All right, so my bias would be potentially to look for a short. I'm not convinced yet. Let's go down to a 30-minute chart. All right, so the thing that I'm going to be looking for on this time frame is for this trend now. See how we've got this break of market structure, bearish. So I'll just mark that up. See back in here these lows. So this is a bearish break of structure. All right, and what I want to see with this now is the this continuity. That this continues down lower highs, lower lows, and again I think the break of this range low would be the key for me. All right, so if that shapes up, the kind of price action you want to see now is the break of this low here, right there, break, retest and fail of that, and then there's a potential entry point short. Right, now the other thing that you want to be mindful of is the fact that we have here this imbalance. Right, imbalance as in a thin candle, nothing left and right of it until this point. It's traded back through the imbalance midway. Okay, fair enough. The target, I mean, a price is looking to hit liquidity for one thing, and it's looking to rebalance. So let's just go down to the 15-minute time frame. So I hope you're getting something from the video, guys. This is having a look at a range-bound market and, looking to determine where this could be heading, and we're looking for an opportunity. All right, that makes sense. So let's just have a look at these candles. Yeah, okay, it's the same thing on the 15-minute. We've still got this unresolved imbalance to this point where it's traded back into it here. Okay, originally this imbalance was, we picked up the high on the candle left, low on the candle right. Well, it's traded midway into it. All right, so that could be the thing. All right, or it could go back up and look to hit these levels here. Okay, so if you're looking to short this, given the information we have, you need to wait for the setup. But this may or may not play out. Okay, so as I mentioned, what I really want to see now is I want to see this trade down. I want to see it break this low, a lower low, and come back and retest and fail. And then that there or here could be an opportunity to get short. If this fails to set up, then there's no trade. Okay, we need this price action to give us a go ahead. I mean, this could very well turn around and head the other way and break north. All right, so we've got to wait for price to invite us in. All right, so at the moment there's no trade unless we get that. Right, and the opposite, obviously, if it breaks and we get a retest of the high, then okay, that's the thing. All right, we can possibly look for a buy opportunity. But I'm leaning bearish, and yeah, let's just see if that plays out. Now, guys, you've got levels here for targets. Stop loss just goes above the previous high, pretty much. All right, so if this is an entry, short position, let's just say we enter on this retest and fail, then I'll just go the previous high, look for a 2R outcome, and then look for the nearest. All right, 1.6. Look for the nearest support zone around a 2R risk reward outcome. So that's my take on the AUDCAD, guys, and I would love to hear your comments. Definitely share your thoughts. What do you think? And with that, in the comments below. With that, I hope you have a great day. Safe trading, and we'll see you in the next video.